Who's bombs?
Freddie finding the mushroom. Mono found the well, so we're gonna get all those items.
Oh, cool.
Oh, I think we're back on commentary.
And we are on.
Hi, chat. Hi, everyone. How's it going? We've had a little bit of a rocky start there, but...
I assure you, we're here. We're ready to commentate.
Yeah. Freddie just found his first sword. That was cool. Let's see. 4 minutes in. What happened in the time that we were all flashing around? They found Turtle Rock at Hyrule Castle.
They found the smiths, they found the bat, and they found a lot of bombs.
A lot of bombs. Freddie's about to find the half magic. Oh, wait, but that's at the Smith's Well, isn't it? Yeah, I can't get that quite yet. Definitely keep that one in mind, though.
And Spike Cave is in Kakariko, or sorry, at the Smith's house again. So I think they're finding a lot of things that in the starting area that they'll have to come back to.
Mm-hmm. So in my experience playing Entrance Randomizer so far is that the hammer comes up pretty early, so it might not be too long until they can grab that half magic. And then they actually need to find something that uses magic. Also, Freddie making a very nice investment in that power glove.
And Monoci has found the silver arrows where the well normally is, so he's going to be going in there right now.
And the lamp already.
Okay, we're seeing quite a bit of stuff for them.
Yeah, in addition to the dam already being open before anyone heads that way.
You know, there's a number of things in Randomizer, or Entrance Shuffle, where they just kind of haunt you until they happen. It's nice to clear that one, not have to worry about it for the race.
Oh yeah. Alright, yep, both players get in their gloves. They're both going to have the lamp and the silvers. Those are... The lamp and the silvers are two, like, really nice to have not required always items. Well, obviously the silvers aren't always required, but the lamp. It's good to, get it out of your head. Oh gosh, I hope I don't have to do dark rooms.
Yeah, it's one less thing to be worrying about in your head while you're trying to keep track of the rest of the entire map.
Alright, so I guess since we missed introductions, welcome everyone to the Link to the Past Entrance Shuffle Tournament. I'm Mikan's Box. I'm joined by Philian?
Either one's fine.
Alright, that guy.
And we are joined by the incomparable Terror, who's going to be clicking buttons and making all those icons at the top of the screen light up. He says he's a robot, and I'm inclined to believe him.
Now, if you haven't seen Entrance Shuffle before, it may have already been a little obvious, but every cave, every house, pretty much every entrance in this game has been shuffled with each other. So you don't know what cave or house or whatever you're going to end up in. So you're going to see these guys poking their heads into just about every single one, trying to find the treasure trove of items that are, that normally you know exactly where to go to find.
Yeah, and a lot of the time they'll just be sticking their head right back out as they realize, oh, there's nothing here. This is a shop. This is a ferry. This is a fortune teller again.
Now, the dungeons, I believe this is earlier in the tournament. Later in the tournament, this won't be the case, but in this particular difficulty, the dungeon entrances are still dungeon entrances, although the dungeons themselves are also shuffled.
That's right.
The only slight exception to that is that Ganon is shuffled into any of the caves that you can drop into. So you'll see these guys poke their heads into the exits of a lot of these fall caves, because they don't want to fall right into Ganon.
Yeah, if you fall into Ganon at this point in the race, or in fact at any point before that final battle, your only options are save and quit or die. And dying is actually going to glitch the game a bit, so they're all going to be saving and quitting out of this.
Yes, to answer the question, chat, this is progressive. They'll be finding the fighter's sword first, and then the master's sword, and so on. And it'll be that way for shields and their armor upgrades as well. Now, I think we saw the magic bat is at the lumberjack tree.
That's right.
So the only way they're going to be able to get that is if they defeat Aghanim 1 and find the boots. So it's highly possible that we won't see that item, but if it comes down to it, that's going to be a really desperate place to check.
That's a nasty one. At least in a normal randomizer where the entrances aren't shuffled, you can see what's under the lumberjack cave. In this case, they won't know what's there until they actually get in there, which could be a while into the run. And it would turn into a big gamble for them.
So Freddeh already up on Death Mountain here with his gloves and lamp. And
yeah, I think you found the old man's cave first off there.
I'm taking him right home. Giving him some toothpicks for his trouble.
And now Fred has found the 7 chest cave. He'll need to find a different way into it, but that cave has a total of 7 chests, and I think it's the most profitable one on all of Death Mountain.
Yeah, when you have access to Death Mountain in this, I say this type of randomizer, but I guess it'd be the case in most types of randomizers. You kind of want to come up to Death Mountain and find this 7-item cave, because chances are you're going to find something of use in here.
Monoci did find the sick kid at the Light World location for where that bow game is, right next to the library. So they'll be back there once they have a bottle.
Freddeh taking an unfortunate death from the rolling cabbages. With 3 hearts, this Death Mountain can be a little dangerous on the west side, because those boulders are not reduced by your armor. They will always do 1 heart of damage. I think that's right.
Yeah, that's a nasty place to be. And Freddeh found the bottom part of Hookshot Cave, so he's going to have to come back from the other way for the 1 chest there.
I don't know what cave that was that Mono just found. Was that like the fairy cave, I think?
I believe so.
I didn't recognize that exit. Usually I can just hear the fairy music, and it's fine. So, since entrances and exits are kind of still attached to each other, or rather, caves that have the same number of entrances are attached to each other, the fall that you find near Sanctuary is always going to lead you to the escape sewers, so Mono knew exactly where he'd go, and he knew that there were 3 chests waiting for him there. And since... Did he find a key? I think
He did. He found one in those 3 chests.
Okay, so he knows that he can go this way and grab one more chest at the in the sewers. Ooh, Freddie needs to watch out. Oh, but the heart might just save him.
So I think he just doubled his life capacity in this system of caves. So he may not have found some progression items, but he's certainly a lot more survivable up on Death Mountain now.
I don't think there was anything down in... Oh wait, yeah, Mono did find the shovel down there, so let's see if that was just a tease or actually where he needed to go.
And you can see as Freddie runs across Death Mountain here, he's switching items without even opening his menu. They've set it up so that they can use L and R to switch between items. That's called Quick Stop and Quick Swap, and it's only available in Entrance Shuffle right now.
Apparently Freddie found Titan's Mitts. I suppose that's sort of significant.
Oh, that is. That is.
Mitts obviously going to open up a vast number of places, but most of them are going to be like Dark World accessible, which they don't have the Moon Pearl quite yet. So they might not be able to make use of the Mitts just yet, but still, that's a really good find.
Yeah, it's that's the opposite of what I've seen so far in this tournament. Usually it's been Moon Pearl right off the bat, and then Mitts have hidden for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
And chat's pointing out that neither of these guys have a sword right now. They're running around swordless. Oh, they do have a sword.
Yeah, both of them do have the fighter sword.
They're just not using it a ton.
They're not running around because they don't have the boots yet.
That is true, I'm sad to admit.
Freddie finds a decent rupee farm cave. Unfortunately, or I guess fortunately, he doesn't need to use it quite now because they've found a good number for this time of the game. Usually, I found the entrance randomizer seeds to be pretty poor off at the start.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of races where people had to just sit down and farm for Zora, but they're not going to need to do that here.
Ooh, race game for Mono. There's his Moon Pearl. Hiding in the southeast Lake Hyla shopping mall, I've heard people call it.
I think that's what we're calling it. So Freddie just has to make his way over there, and he'll have access to most of the Dark World.
So with the Power Glove in the Light World, in both the southeast and southwest portion of the map, you can check 3 different entrances. And Freddie decided to check the southwestern one while Mono checked the southeastern one. The southeastern one obviously having the Moon Pearl, but Freddie's gonna hope for something over here on the western side. I don't think he found anything he wanted.
No.
But 3 entrances at the start isn't so bad to check out, so I assume it won't take him too long to go down there and find his Moon Pearl.
No, though he is going in the, I shouldn't say wrong direction, the opposite direction right now. So he'll probably find out about Hyrule Castle and check that entrance. The the secret passage as well.
And it's vanilla secret passage.
Yeah, it is. So I haven't seen a Ganon drop yet, or the Ganon location yet. Have you?
I didn't notice it. Gosh, you knock out most of them pretty early on.
So I'm wondering if Ganon's sitting in his vanilla location.
Very well might be. There's the sea house, and Freddeh gets his glimpse of Turtle Rock. Not much you can do there without the cane. Except maybe you farm some bombs if you haven't gotten any yet.
Yeah, and in a seed a bit lighter on bombs, that's a very, very strong tactic at the start of the game.
Ooh, Mono finding Blind's hut. Actually, Freddie's might have already been here. I didn't quite see where this was.
It looks like Freddeh is going to get there in just a few seconds. Mono finding the book in there.
Ooh, I hope he decides to check out the southeastern lake first before heading down to the desert.
Yeah.
High five?
Indeed, a high five. For his sake, I hope he does, though. Depending on what is in the Desert Palace, there might be a number of chests they can pull right there.
Though with three locations in that southeastern part, I'm sure he won't put it out of his head immediately. But I think
That's right.
He might walk up here to Eastern and check it out, buying a small heart and some bombs.
Yeah, Mono's still running around with only 3 hearts, so he needs to play it a bit safe.
Yeah, he'll be very happy and healthy once he gets up the Death Mountain, which isn't usually what you'd expect to find in Death Mountain, other than, death. But in this case, it worked out. How many rupees do you need throughout the game? So you need 500 for Zora's single item if you want to do that. Unlocking Palace of Darkness is 110. The digging game is 80. The chest game is 30, I think?
About that.
Yeah, I think those are all the... Other than, however many potions you want to buy. Oh, Mono finds Skull Woods here. I believe this is in Eastern Palace.
Yeah.
He's gonna check the one chest he can and probably get out of here.
For those that haven't seen one of these races before, Skullwoods is the really weird dungeon that gets shuffled because this back half of it gets shuffled in with all the other dungeons, but the front half of Skullwoods stays out in its normal vanilla location.
Yeah, the Skullwoods, where all those drop caves are, in the woods, those are all shuffled amongst each other, so you drop in one cave and it might not take you to the same location you thought it would, but it will still be in one of those 2 maps that the early part of Skullwoods is at.
Yeah, you expect it to be in its, normal configuration, and it can still get you turned around quite a bit. But Monochi's going to have to come back there once he's got a key, as well as a fire rod for lighting the torches.
Freddie's going to spend the majority of his money now checking out what Zora has. Sees the mirror on the ledge.
He's not happy about that.
Tries to blow it down to him, but that isn't going to work.
That's an interesting find. I'm wondering how long it's going to be before they find the flippers in this seed.
Yeah, unless it's vanilla flippers here. But what are the chances of that?
2%?
It's like Mono will be heading up to Death Mountain now. He'll find his Titan's mitts and some health. But
And that is not the 2% chance for flippers. That is
No.
nowhere near as good.
So yeah, Mono will find his mitts up here. He'll be able to put that Moon Pearl to good use. And Freddie might be headed down towards his Moon Pearl, or not. Okay, never mind. Where was Moon Pearl? Moon Pearl was in the southeastern part of Lake Hylia, and it was in one of the 3 caves that were down there.
And to answer chat, no, I don't think we've seen a map check yet, so we're in the dark about what's going to be in what dungeons.
Freddie down here in Escape, he'll find his shovel, which will lead to disappointment. Oh, but does he use that key? It looks like he's going to. Okay, he does remember he can check this one too. Yeah, having the lamp before you come down here to this portion is a bit important. I actually haven't tried it myself in the dark. It's probably not too hard, actually, especially since the enemies probably don't do that much damage. Maybe locating the chest in this room is probably the hardest part of it, actually.
From what I've seen of people trying it, I think that is one of the worst bits, is stumbling around in the dark.
He's gonna keep going. Does this work? Where's he going?
I'm curious to see if this works. If it works, it'll take him all the way into the castle, and he can go straight
there's
to
no
the
way
basement
they'd
there.
let that happen.
No. Guess
Oh,
not.
yep.
That's too bad.
If Castle was in like Turtle Rock or something, I think that'd be a little too powerful. If you could
Well,
just
I do
walk
know.
out and...
I do know that if you go into the castle and all the way through the escape, and the castle was at Turtle Rock, you will actually break the game a bit.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you'll be in the dark world, but the game will think you're in the light world. It's called the fake dark world. I don't know enough or any more except to say you don't want to be there. It's very bad.
Alright, Mono finds his mitts while Freddie finds his couch cache, I suppose. There's probably a funnier thing I could have said there. It's not good.
No, so Mono's actually up on Death Mountain now, so I think if he wants, he could access the Dark World portion of that.
Yeah,
if
he'll
he's
be
been
able
on
to
the right side.
Yeah, he'll be able to check all the caves over there. He'll be able to check the caves on the west side if he wants to with his Moon Pearl. Looks like Freddie's opting to go check out Desert with his book instead of heading towards the southeastern lake. So we've seen Turtle Rock, so whatever is here he'll be able to at least check some of.
And it's just a single green rupee on the ledge, so hopefully no one picks that up by accident.
Desert Palace is Desert Palace.
So for those keeping track at home, that'll put Hyrule Castle where Turtle Rock normally is. So I think it's fairly unlikely we'll see an Aghanim required seed. Unless that item in the Bat Cave ends up being important.
So with the small key Freddie finds there, he'll be able to grab at least one of the 2 items that are in Desert Palace. Is that true? Not necessarily. Maybe if one's on the torch and the other's at Land Moles, he won't be able to.
Well, he's got one.
Oh, okay.
And Monochi making the very, very slow and laborious track through that spiral cave, which is so much faster if you have the flippers.
Did Freddie check this Eastern Palace area yet?
No, this is his first time here, so
Okay, so
I think
he'll
he's
probably... Yeah. He'll loop up and check the dungeon and then hop down to Sastrala's place.
Yeah, and I think he's going to come away disappointed from this as well. But, you know, we know he should be going to the southeast part of Lake Hylia, but that's a long ways out of the way. So I don't really fault him for checking a bunch of other places
Oh,
first.
yeah, absolutely. When you're given the mitts this early, you gotta know the Moon Pearl is probably soon. Because there's not really much you can do with the mitts alone.
No, there isn't.
Gonna hug some mummies to get a quick death warp.
Yeah, that's a good way to get out of that dungeon. And it looks like Monochi is being very thorough in his investigation of Death Mountain, which may pay off for him since he does have Dark World access up here.
Gotta go the long way around for this cave, though. No question in chat. What is entrance shuffle? Pretty much exactly what it sounds like. All the entrances, all the caves, the dungeon locations are all kind of shuffled around. Oh yeah, we have a handy command for that. So in this particular difficulty, the dungeons are going to be other dungeons, and the caves and such can be almost anything. But caves that have like-numbered of doors, like entry doors, will be shuffled with the same type of entrance, the same type of cave or door. That kind of makes sense. It made sense to me.
Well, I understood it, but I've also been watching these races for the past week and a half.
So if Freddie continues on this path, he'll find his Moon Pearl. That'll probably prompt him to head towards Village of Outcasts, maybe? Or perhaps back up Death Mountain.
Yeah, it'll be one of those two for sure. So chat was pointing out that heading all the way down here is a low percentage play in regular randomizer because it's only one chest. It is a slightly better play in the entrance shuffle just because in entrance shuffle you're not looking for chests as much as the number of entrances you can go into. So with 3 spots here, it's slightly more likely to have something useful.
Man, there is his Moon Pearl. While Mono tries to get his fortune told. And yep, it looked like he did come to the east side of Death Mountain. He'll be taking the portal down here and checking out this side.
But it looks like Freddeh doesn't want to bother with the journey up there right now. And I don't blame him. If you're not already up there, it makes more sense probably just to go straight to Village of Outcasts and get everything you can there.
Yeah, less entrances in the village than there are in Kakariko, but there still are quite a few doors around the perimeter here. I suppose he has mitts, so he can go into the blacksmith's area, but I guess he can't really do anything there, huh? Doesn't have the hammer yet.
No, but he'll be able to pick up the one smith and then save and quit out and take that guy home. Oh, he hasn't found the smith's house. He may have found the smith's house. It's at the Bombable Hut.
Oh, there's our map check. Green pennant at Ice Palace. Red pennant at Pod. 5 and 6 are Turtle Rock and Thieves Town. And the rest of the Dark World are crystals. Also, I missed what Freddeh found in that
Freddeh
cave.
had an incredible cave. I believe he came away with the fire rod, the hammer, and the cape. So
Holy moly, dude.
that hype cave was actually hype, which I haven't seen happen in a long time.
Oh, baby. He made the right play coming here. And
yeah, I didn't want to stop you while you were reading off the map, but that was a pretty hype cave. I was screaming internally.
Looks like Mono's going to be slightly behind. He's headed over there right now. He smells the treasure.
So yeah, that opens up a ton of stuff for them. With the fire rod, they can go back and beat Skull Woods. With the hammer, they've got easy access to the rest of the Dark World. With the cape, they can get into the back part of Ganon's Tower. Or the back part of Hyrule Castle now.
Oh yeah, heck, if they wanted to, they could go all the way up there to the laser bridge, couldn't they?
Well, they don't have that mirror yet. But,
oh, of course, that makes sense.
So, flippers are what was really missing from the hype cave.
Alright, I'm gonna watch Mono's side here and get just as excited as I would have been. Whoa! Whoa! Oh my gosh! This game is crazy!
That's a pretty accurate representation of me. Congratulations.
It was a little dry the second time, I feel. That could have been better. Alright, Freddie's headed up to Skull Woods. These entrances, these drops, are still going to be Skull Woods, but the very last portion that you unlock with the Fire Rod will be randomized to a different dungeon. And everyone hopes that they'll find Ganon's Tower, but they don't really have the kit to get very far in Ganon's Tower right now.
No, they've got the hammer, which will open the left side, but it'll do exactly nothing for them until they can pull off the hook shot or the boots.
Oh, Freddie didn't want to make the bomb. Oh, I think he was just checking to see where the entrance was, actually. So now he'll make the bomb jump to grab the big chest here. And quickly finds both items in Skull Woods.
Mono does find a small piece of heart in the hammer pegs, which looks like it's the vanilla location there, but there's nothing else.
Right, Freddie, with his fire rod, has found Thieves Town, which he is kitted out to be able to fully clear.
And this is a crystal dungeon, so we might see the full clear come here.
How do you change item without opening the menu? So this, oh no, wait, that might have been, it looked like it was on purpose. But I don't know why he would have died.
Because when you die, you still get a few hearts back. And without the powder, it's hard to come by any health in here.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. That was probably a good spot to do it too. It's right next to the little junction he needed to go through. Yes, this tournament allows for having L and R to quick swap your weapons, only if both competitors agree to it. So one won't get any advantage over the other without, allowing. How many box wall runners have? Well, right now, 0.
I'm going to be bold. I'm going to say it's going to stay at 0 until near the end. They're going to have 1 bonk each.
Mono's picking up his Frogsmith. I believe he does remember where that one was, so with a save and quit, he should be able to get to him. But there's quite a few places down here he can still check.
Yeah, and it makes sense to pick all these up in a row before you save and quit out of the Dark World here.
He's gonna poke his head into a swamp here.
He's gonna try to. You cannot enter any dungeons while carrying those guys. And I think you also can't drop them off in any way until you find the smith.
Oh man. Am I also right in saying that you can't enter any 2-door cave or room?
That could be true. I haven't experienced it myself, but I wouldn't rule it out.
So he's gonna have his frog nagging down his back for a little bit here. I don't think there's any other place he's gonna get stopped. Well, he won't be able to see. He won't be able to check pod at all. I think everywhere else he should be okay to poke his head into.
For those wondering, the smithy is in the bombable hut in the southwest corner of Kakariko. So, and I believe they've both been to there, so they should be able to find it again.
Dang, that's a long walk. Since Sanctuary's at its vanilla location.
Yeah, they're going to need the flute at some point. That's right, Mono doesn't have the mirror right now, but if he saves and quits, then that dwarf will come back with him into the light world. So you can always still drop off that smith, even if you don't have the mirror yet.
And we do know that, I believe Freddeh saw that the mirror is on the Zora ledge, so neither player will be able to get that until they find the flippers.
So Freddie's just making his way through Thieves Town right now, and he's picked up another heart container along the way. I think that's the biggest thing he's got. So he's definitely equipped to beat blind right now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So at about 41 minutes in or so, when he gets this done, that'll be a pretty early first crystal for Entrance Shuffle.
Yeah, I'll say. Normally they're around, 50 to an hour? If that.
Or longer.
Or longer, yeah.
It can take quite a while to assemble the full kit you need just for your first dungeon.
Yeah, finding the one dungeon you can do with whatever you have. Find some Mimic Cave along the way. Freddeh nabs his first crystal.
So it looks like Mono's on his way up all the way to the catfish. And that is an endpoint, so he may end up saving and quitting at that spot.
Catfish has Vamos. Well, that's not the right medallion.
That is just slightly wrong. It's almost right, but it feels very slightly off. But we haven't seen a medal check for either of those dungeons, so that may be one of the things they need to finish the game.
Alright, Mono's just about done with his Frog World tour. I believe Freddeh has found both items in Skull Woods, right? Or was that Mono? I want to say it was Freddeh.
I thought he had. Mono hasn't been into Skull Woods.
Yeah, he's definitely found both items in Skull Woods, so I don't know if he just... He didn't need a small key, I think, did he?
He does need a small key to get into the back half of the end of Skull Woods. So I think that's possibly what he was going to pick up there.
Yeah, that makes sense then.
Yeah, and chat's pointing out that we did see a check on Turtle Rock where Hyrule Castle is, and that is Quake.
All right.
So this won't help with that, but that's probably not even required.
Fortunately, the Frogsmith not given much in return for his long tour, his overstayed welcome. Only wants to pony up a little bit of money. Freddeh checking Bumper Cave here. He sees the red rupees on top, and he's not interested in that, but this is a 2-entrance cave. And I believe there's two entrance caves that have chests in them. That might not be right, but one of them is Hookshot Cave, and that's very good information to have.
Yeah, he'll be back here as soon as he gets either the hookshot or the boots. It's not immediately obvious, but you can use the boots to bonk into walls and get to that very bottom chest in the room, even if you don't have the hookshot. Sometimes the hookshot will even be there.
Mono walking through Spike Cave here with his cape and half magic. He's not going to have any danger. And he gets... still nothing.
Not a lot for his trouble there. Freddeh did take, it looks like, an unintentional death there. So he didn't make it all the way up to Dark World Lumberjack Hut. So that'll be a spot that's still a mystery for them.
Yeah, he looks like he's going elsewhere right now, though. Where was the hammer? The hammer was in the so-called Hype Cave, along with the... oh gosh, the Fire Rod and the Cape, which was in Thieves Town? Or in Village of Outcasts, I believe.
Village of Outcasts, I think, in the chess game, or a similar hut like that. And I really like what came out of that Hype Cave. I like that they got 3 different progression items, and it has sent them in radically different directions. Mono's now able to get into Swamp, and he sees its Eastern Palace. Or, sorry, Palace of Darkness.
With the lamp and the hammer, he should be able to do quite a bit of this dungeon, but hopefully he might not be locked by the bow. No, he's got a key in that chest, which means he can continue on.
Yeah, he'll be able to clear pretty much everything except the right side and the actual boss. But this is just a pendant dungeon, so getting to the boss isn't even critical.
Well, not finding a small key means he's got to jump down a little earlier than he wanted to.
He may be locked right here. Yeah.
Oh, yep. Well, so the rest of the pod is locked behind the bow right now. It's the red pennant. I believe the green pennant was Ice Palace, wherever that is located.
That's what it's looking like on the tracker. And Freddeh just finding an empty cave there.
The bird damage, yeah, it's pretty extreme. I believe they do 3 hearts of damage to green mail. It's pretty excessive. They don't call them murder dactyls without reason.
So it looks like Freddie's going to be doing a bit of the South Dark World tour, and then maybe coming up on the Smiths at the end of that. Mono's, of course, just heading over to where Freddie was. Now, I see Mono has the half magic. Do you remember where he got that?
Half magic is in the Smith's Well, which leads to the forest drop, the single item in the forest drop.
That's right. So it's kind of in its vanilla location, but not its proper cave.
Right.
So Mono's going to be heading, I think, all the way to the pod location, so we'll see whatever's in that dungeon. And they may or may not be able to get through anything. I'm kind of hoping it's the Ice Palace, so that they can use that fire rod to go through somewhere.
If it's Ice Palace, Freddy's really going to want to pick up that half magic, though I'm sure he'll be fine without it. That extra safety when you only have the green mail is really nice. And the fighter sword, I suppose.
Oh no, Mono now getting hit there. Not by a murder dactyl, but still by one of those awful hopping tentacle things.
You know, they'll still chunk you for 2 hearts with green. Alright, Freddy grabs his frog. He'll be finding his vanilla heart piece, unfortunately. And we're gonna go for a little tour with our frog pal.
So, where have they unlocked that they could still do some progress at this point? Because it seems like they've covered between them most of the overworld.
Did they check everything they could up on Dark Death Mountain?
I believe Mono covered all of that. Now, Freddeh is covering a bit of the North Dark World stuff here. But, of course, neither of them did make it into Vanilla Pod. And they could both now go clear what's at Eastern, because that's the back half of Skullwoods. So,
right. Speaking of Skullwoods, they could go face Mothula, but they've already found both items in Skullwood, so that actually wouldn't give them any progression item, though it is required.
It is required, so at some point it's a useful play, although it's still a difficult play at this point in the run, perhaps. You don't want to go in there with only the fighter sword.
Right.
Mono's certainly not going to have a lot of luck in Desert Palace here.
So after training in the Smith here... I'm just trying to think myself. I think... Did one of them... Did they walk through... They walked through to the pod dungeon, right? I know I saw one of them.
No, they
Up
were both
there.
taken out on the way there, and
Oh, that's right.
and
I'm
they've
sorry.
both kind of left it for later.
They both died at the same spot before they got to the dungeon. Dang. I promise I was paying attention.
No, I mean you see them start to go down the that they'll make it to the end, and then if they don't end up making it, you start to go, okay, when are we going to see what's in there?
I suppose there's also the purple chest, but I can't imagine they want to do that.
It does seem like a longer play than some other things that would get you into a dungeon. Especially for Mono, because Mono hasn't been into the Skull Woods area so far.
Yeah, if he heads up there, he can finish up the both items there, which I don't think were anything, and then all of Thieves Town, but still I don't think that's really any progression items. Though Freddie did remember half magic, thankfully, and grabs it.
Yeah, he'll grab that now. So he might be headed to Spike Cave right now, because I think that's right above here.
Yep.
Now, it's only 10 arrows for him, but it certainly feels like the game is saying, go here right now.
So as long as Mono can do this fairly simple bomb jump, he should be able to grab both of his items here and then kind of ignore the rest of it. Though I guess he does still need a small key, you said, right?
Yeah, they'll need to take a small key to the back half for that first door. There's another key door later, but there's always a key in the room that requires it.
Right. Where is GT? That's a good question. We are still on the hunt for GT.
I will let you know when we find out.
Yep. We haven't seen Ice Palace yet, though I could fake flippers to there if they wanted to. We haven't seen Meyer yet, of course.
Or the Tower of Hera.
Oh, Mono dies trying to make the bomb jump.
Oh no.
But he should be right at the door. Yeah. He's got 23 more shots, I believe you. You can do it. What's at Thieves? Thieves was the back part of Skull Woods, wasn't it? Oh gosh, I'm getting...
Thieves is in the back part of Skull Woods. Swamp is the dungeon that you get to if you walk into the Thieves Town entrance. So without the flippers...
races mixed up already.
Yeah, I'm impressed that you're commentating two back to back. So without the flippers, that Thieves Town entrance is not helpful to them. Well, it gives them the information, but...
And they have both unlocked the dam, right?
Yeah, that was a gimme quite early on.
Right, okay. Freddie finds his big key. Oh, he's gonna realize shortly here that he won't be able to make any more progress here in Pod without the bow. While Mono heads into Thieves Town, he should be able to knock all of this out.
Yeah, he'll get a hard upgrade along the way, so he'll be even better equipped than Freddeh was. AA is pointing out in chat, he's done the math, and they can, well, Freddeh's possibly doing this right now. They can get up to the Tower of Hera quite easily.
Oh yeah, I have seen them, one of them at least, on the northeastern part of Light World, so they can just hammer over there.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was before they got into that hype cave and pulled the hammer out. So Freddeh's going to see the need for Quake right now. That was the bumper cave again.
Vanilla bumper cave, yeah. Probably just takes you down the mountain. Oh, there's another connecting one right there.
And so, if I understand how it all maps out correctly, if they come across Ice Palace at any point, that'll be the last pendant dungeon they have to locate. And so that means Ganon's Tower is going to be at its vanilla location. Every dungeon they don't find Ice Palace means that Ganon's Tower could conceivably still be out in the wild. And that affects how the end game goes quite a bit. If Ganon's Tower is at its vanilla location, then they're racing through there at the end like normal. But if it's out in the wild, they're often dipping in there 2 or 3 times to get different sets of items each time.
Can GT only be in pendant dungeon? Well, GT is not. Oh, do you mean the dungeon that can be in Ganon's Tower can only be either Ganon's Tower or a pendant dungeon? Yeah. Since you still need the 7 crystals to open Ganon's Tower, whatever dungeon is there requires the 7 crystals to get inside.
Yeah, so it can't be a crystal.
Yep. Mono taking the long way around here. Oh, just stocking up on some magic, I guess.
Yeah. I think Mono's planning on using that cape against blind. And Freddie's spawning back at the mountain, so I'm hoping he's going to check Hera right now.
Oh yeah, if the old man drops you off right there, of course, just walk on over.
He can also check what's at the Bombos, the Ether Tablet, because he's got the book. But without the Master Sword, it's not actually going to give anything for him.
Yeah, that was Oh, did he mean to jump off there? Uh-oh.
I think he did. He hasn't checked this side of Death Mountain in the Dark World.
Oh, okay. And yeah, he could just save and quit right back up there, I guess.
Yeah. Is bow required? Bow is required in every single seed. No matter what dungeons are where, because you always have to beat Ganon's Tower, and there are some mimics there that require the bow to kill.
Yeah, I would agree with A. I would actually check on Hera first, because you could just jump off there and check these down here, rather than having to save and quit. And he opts not to check Hera? He didn't go back up to the mountain.
That's too bad. I was really looking forward to seeing it.
The mystery remains.
To expand on the bow question a bit, it's always going to be required at the very end at Ganon's Tower. It's also required to beat both Eastern and the Palace of Darkness, so usually it'll show up quite a bit earlier in the race than that.
He's gonna go get revenge on Pod, maybe? Nope, never mind.
Catfish, Pyramid.
Looks like Pyramid, if he's on the left side here, right? Can they fix flippers to Ice Palace? Yes, they can, but the logic will not require them to do so. So whatever ends up being at Ice Palace, you can guarantee that the flippers will not be there. And any item that you find there will not lead to the flippers. The bow can be behind Ice Armos. Yes, it absolutely can, as demonstrated by the previous race.
I'm looking forward to going back and watching that one.
Oh, yeah.
So Mono's got a really strong dodge game going in this fight. And bringing in that cape just at the clutch moment to make sure he doesn't really get into trouble. So that's a nice clean kill.
Freddie might not know about the rail pull you can do with the guys here. If you just grab the rail with no D-pad inputs, you can hold the rail and still move the mimic guys around. Linkabite, the logic always lets you get 100% of items in the game. So you won't be able to lock yourself out of anything.
Yeah, even if the item is not required for anything, there's still no way you could ever have something locked. So the pedestal is always going to be accessible in some way, even if it's just got 20 rupees on it.
I guess the only very minor exception would be you can use small keys in such a way that you can't open... That you don't have a small key to open a door, but the item behind that door will be a small key, so it doesn't matter. I think that's the only situation where that might occur.
I'm not even sure if that's possible. It's something I haven't tampered with enough on my own. Looks like Freddie's going up to the Tower of Hera.
Oh, good.
Oh, good.
We've all been waiting for this. Mono finds the one small key he needs for Skullwoods. I would assume he's found both items in here already.
Yeah, I think they came up fairly early. And it's the vanilla Tower of Hera.
Well, it's a crystal. Might as well. There's ether.
Okay, so that is still not Turtle Rock access.
Oh, not going downstairs yet.
No, fortunately they do have fire sources, so if it comes to it, they can go for the tea break.
Mono checking out his arrow shop down here. Or I guess it's the fire shield shop? I don't know what you'd call this. But this in the vanilla, this is the only shop in the game that sells arrows, so I like calling this the arrow shop.
I call it the bee shop.
Oh, they sell bees too, don't they?
They sell bees for incredibly cheap. I think it's only 10 rupees.
Oh my
But
gosh.
yeah, it's the little known spot where you can actually buy arrows in this game.
Freddie making an emergency bombos against this guy with one heart left. Uh-oh. Are these Moldorms gonna get him? Oh, watch out!
I think he's
Okay. I'm fairly certain he would have hit the peg, so he'll be able to fill up on hearts before the burger worm over here.
Yeah, he did that deliberately, I think.
Yeah, good. Not cutting any corners. Take a whole row.
And that's a second item out of the Tower of Hera, so he won't need to go to the basement to clear it entirely.
Oh, still no progression item here.
No, just the crystal, which is never a bad thing, but you still
of
hope
course.
you get a bit more.
Just 3 hammer hits to the tail and that'll do it. A little worrisome there, but I think he'll be fine.
Okay, he's through. I was getting a bit worried he'd get knocked off the top there.
How do items break down per dungeon? Each dungeon has a different number of item. I guess you could just call them item locations. They still have to fill their chests with keys and the map and the compass, but all the chests left over are filled up with items. So there are definitely dungeons that are more lucrative than others.
Yeah, so AA just posted a list 32256 yada yada yada, and that is how many unique items you can get in each dungeon. Most players of the game have that list memorized or easy to reference so that they can walk into a dungeon and say, okay, I have to check 3, or I have to get 3 real items out of these chests. And once they've done that, they go, okay, now I can move through. I've got everything I want.
Freddeh checks Turtle Rock, but it's unfortunately still Quake.
I'm kind of glad it didn't change on him. That would really scare me.
Flipper is in the purple chest.
Oh, that's aggravating for Mono.
So he'll be able to grab his mirror now. Has he been up to Zora yet even?
I don't think he has. Obviously, he's got the cash now for it, so he might head up there pretty soon.
Yeah, with Flippers, it would definitely push you towards Zora because you know that you can check the ledge item, and you can also check the Waterfall of Wishing.
That's right, that's a location now.
It also will unlock the three caves in Southeast Dark World Lake. But I think he's just going to warp right up to Zora, which is going to be great for him, and I'm eating my words, because I think he's going to check out the dungeon.
Oh!
Or not!
This is exciting.
I need to stop predicting stuff.
Yeah, if we hadn't predicted a Tower of Hera visit, we might have seen one much earlier.
Oh, he was wondering if he should go in here or not, because he doesn't have the mirror to get back, obviously. It's GT!
And there's Ganon's Tower. Wow. So, only 2 chests right now.
Yeah, without the hookshot or the Cane of Samaria, there's not going to be much he can do here, unless he wants to attempt bomb jumps.
Oh yeah, it's definitely worth going in there, seeing what he can get. Check out what's on that torch, and come back here later.
The hookshot on the torch in Ganon's Tower.
That is a fascinating twist that he's not sure how to deal with.
Oh
and I don't blame
my gosh. But
Oh,
that is, even
gosh.
if he doesn't get anything here, that's really good information.
Looks like he's going to try the bomb jump over there, because he knows the hookshot's not coming for a while. Yeah, if I'm Mono at this point, obviously I'm peeved I don't have the hookshot, but I'd just be really, really happy to know it's sitting there, I can get it when I have the boots, and then I have access to the entire left side of Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, I guess I can understand trying to do the, Oh, Freddeh just picked up his boots!
Speaking of the boots, yeah.
I glanced away from his screen for a second, and then I heard the little rev up of starting to run. It's like, wait a second.
So I think he finally made his way over to the Palace of Darkness, and it had Eastern Palace.
Oh my gosh, and they both died on the way over here earlier.
Oh, they're going to be kicking themselves for that.
Well, they got some new boots to kick themselves with.
Yeah, exactly.
Mono's headed up to Hera. He's going to spend some time here. Not going to find much, but he's got to do it anyway.
Yeah, if either of them hadn't dropped on the way to Pod, we could have seen them pull out a huge lead. As it is, I think they're still somewhat even, but...
Yeah, while Mono does not have the boots, he definitely has some very useful information.
And he has tracked down those flippers, which look like they open up a huge portion of the rest of the game.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's the Master Sword sitting around an EP.
We'll see if Freddeh can use that to his advantage at all. It does speed you up quite a bit to have double damage.
You can now check the tablets as well.
Yeah, I didn't see him go over to the Ether tablet while he was up there, just to get the item, or the knowledge from it, but...
Oh yeah, he might not have realized he could have checked. I don't think either of them did that, did they?
No, so at this point it looks like the boots combined with the flippers, are going to give them the hook shot.
Oh. Mono taking a really bad fall.
That's one of the worst spots.
So Freddeh can be really far in the lead here if he makes some right guesses, because he's got the boots to grab that hook shot.
It is a big guess he's going to have to make, though, because he has to figure out that the flippers are in that chest. And if he doesn't guess at that pretty soon, I think he's going to start losing the boots lead.
Yeah, and even with the boots, I don't think it would push you to go do the purple chest, because obviously you can't run with the purple chest unless you have the hook shot.
Yeah, that's a nasty little dependency there. So I think he's going to take these boots and check a lot of the bonk rocks. I can count 3 off the top of my head.
There's the 3 bonk rocks, and then there's also King's Tomb.
That's right. So 4 locations in total from the boots. And since they're all relatively quick to visit, I don't fault him for doing them before going for that purple chest.
Oh yeah, for sure. Nothing so far, though.
Mono also needing just 3 hits with the hammer. And he gets them very quickly. That was a heck of a fight.
Sanctuary's at a pretty nice location in this one. I don't think I've seen Vanilla Sanctuary yet.
No, it's been a while for me.
But right next to the bonk rock he really wants. And King's Tomb, actually.
That's right. The boots do also let you clear the Desert Palace if you really want to go for a single pendant at this point in the race. It seems like a bad play, but
Mono's
I'll
gonna
let
be
them
checking
make the choice.
tablet. The Arcana Samaria is at the Ether tablet.
Drawing more ire from Mono as he sees now 2 critical items he can't pick up.
Mono, he knows everything and can't get any of it. Except the flippers, he has those. That's the one information he doesn't have, is where the mirror is.
Yeah.
He doesn't know that he can go get it.
These guys are trading kind of on opposite sets of knowledge right here. Though I think Mono's heading up there now.
I'm gonna give that mushroom away just in case they find the witch's hut later.
I don't think they've come across it yet.
Yeah, but once they do, they will have something waiting for them. Man, Eastern Pals is gonna be... He's gonna love that. He'll get his boots, complete his item chain, and he'll have the sword.
Oh, so he's coming... Oh no, Freddie's finding the hookshot cave. Which he can pull 1 item out of.
Oh boy! Freddie finds the bug net. And leaves it a parting gift.
So, looks like he's heading into the Village of Outcasts. I hope he converts that into the purple chest right now.
Oh, looks like he's doing it.
Yeah. So he may get a bit of advantage back here.
But Mono will be picking up his mirror momentarily. But where will that lead him? He needs to go to EP.
Yeah, the mirror will get him the laser room skip in Turtle Rock, It'll get him. Oh gosh, the cave by the circle of bushes, but not a ton of other stuff on its own.
The graveyard ledge, I suppose.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But other than that, Freddeh finds his flips.
It drops a number of bombs there.
It was only 2, but I'm sure it could have been more if he had if the game allowed him.
So I'm not sure if I saw a bit of a graphical glitch. It looks like mono screen displayed the mirror as some bomb upgrades for a moment.
I think that
I'm not sure what's up with that.
I think that happens if you don't pick up Zora's item, like if it's sitting on the ground.
Oh, okay. Yes. I can kind of see how that would make a difference.
Yeah, but it was the mirror when he picked it up, despite it looking a little weird.
Yeah, that had me worried for a moment.
So Freddeh gonna go cash in his flippers right away. So they're gonna be almost on equal footing here. While Freddeh has both the Master Sword and the boots, Mono has the information on what to do with those items once he finds them. And he's gonna head over to EP right... Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is. Good.
I hope once he finds the boots, he stays in the dungeon for a bit.
Yeah, if he runs out, that's a rational decision, since he'll have Ganon's tower, but I hope he doesn't, just because the lack of sword could slow him a bit.
Who is ahead? I would say with the amount of information that Mono is slightly ahead because he's just about to pick up his boots. And if he tries hard enough, he will also have his sword, so he'll be able to get the cane as well.
And even if he doesn't get the sword, he may come across another sword just in his general travels. Or he may find the bow in Ganon's tower. I think knowing that Ganon's tower is there is a huge, huge knowledge advantage for him right now.
He's leaving. Oh no!
Oh. Oh no, he's doing Skull Woods.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I guess that's fine.
I mean, in normal rando, this is a pretty standard play to go to pod, use the mirror, and then beat East Palace and come back.
I wonder if he's wondering if he can get the bow here, but if he found both items, he should know that Mothula isn't going to drop him anything. Oh well, all the same, I guess.
Looks like Freddie's making his way to Dark Hylia. So he might check out the shopping mall in the southeast, and then hopefully he heads into Ganon's tower.
Is there an item in Skull? No, both items in Skull Woods were found, so I don't think Mothula's going to be dropping anything. I'm pretty sure. I keep saying that, and I'm pretty sure that's what I saw. But thanks to Half Magic and Fire Rod, doesn't have any issue.
Given that it was the compass drop there, I feel pretty confident saying there was no other item. Freddeh does find the witch's hut, or the potion shop, but only 3 bombs for his mushroom.
Alright, Mono's gonna be very happy with this decision. Oh, but Freddie's heading... Is he headed to Ice Palace?
He
There's
is.
his boots. Oh, he's leaving before picking up the Master Sword.
Oh no. I hope that doesn't come back to bite him.
Ooh.
I won't say that's the end for Mono because there are 2 other sword upgrades and anything can happen here, but that will hurt his chances of getting Kane.
If he ends up finding the bow, he will definitely come back here sooner rather than later, so that will help. But if the bow happens to be locked behind Kane, that could be a problem.
Now, I think the leg he still has up over Freddeh is he has checked the ether tablet, and Freddeh did not when he was up there. So Freddeh's walking around with access to Kane and doesn't know it yet.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
That could delay him a long time.
So Freddeh with his hook shot here will be able to find out what is all on this side of G Tower, I suppose. We know he won't find the Kane over here, so he won't have access to the east side of G Tower. Looks like Mono's headed back down to Ganon's Tower here, so he'll be hot on the heels.
Yeah, that's not surprising at all. He wants that hook shot.
Yeah, to answer the question in chat, one of the items in Eastern Palace was a sword upgrade, and Mono knows that the Ether Tablet holds the Cane of Samaria, so he needs to find a sword upgrade, but unfortunately he left Eastern Palace before he found it. Man, this is exciting.
Yeah, this is... I don't really want to say anyone's ahead right now because it's all going to depend on their decisions in the next few minutes to see if anyone really gets a lead.
The sword ends up in G Tower here. I mean, it could be all the same for Mono. They did find the big key, so they will be able to check the big chest at the end of this whole tunnel. I guess probably after Ice Armos.
There are a ton of heart pieces in here.
That was a lot of health, yeah. It was about 1.5 hearts full.
And, that's actually pretty nice because they're still running on green mail an hour and a half into the race.
Yeah, if you're on green mail, any amount of hearts is helpful. Because it's not uncommon to lose 3-4 hearts a hit later. Oh, Freddy's gonna go this way first before checking the big chest.
Yeah, it won't be an easy fight, but he can drop down and fight the Ice Armos.
Finds a trapped fairy. I suppose it is a little rare situation here, but the Master Sword slashes actually do less damage than the Fighter Sword does on Ice Armos, but he does get the benefit of having sword beams.
Yeah, I think he'll really be in trouble if he takes a hit here. He'll lose those beams and get slowed down a lot.
I don't know if walking forward there was the better choice. Oh, he was getting self-position, never mind.
And he does have the boots, so moving around isn't a terrible task for him here. I would not go into this fight without the boots personally, but I also don't race very much because of that.
Mono does check the big chest, but only finds a small key. Imagine if the boat was in there.
No such luck.
Nothing behind Ice Armos.
And no sword for Mono either.
Oh yeah, that's going to be everything that they can check in Ganon's Tower.
So, where does Freddeh head to now? I think Mono, with Mono's knowledge, you'd head up and check not only the Ether tablet, but also the Bombos tablet. But without that knowledge, I guess he can do the Swamp Palace.
Could go check King's Tomb, but...
Has he still not done that?
I don't think either of them did. I want to say Mono was in a very good... or someone was in a very good spot to check it, but I don't know if they did. Also, I'm really liking these bomb strats, though they don't seem to be working half the time.
Yeah, he is in a bit of danger here. Yeah, he's going to do Swamp Palace here. So that'll be potential for 6 chests,
yeah,
as well as a crystal.
Sense. With his new flippers and hook shot. Uh-oh, Mono, uh-oh! Uh-oh!
Well, that answers the question of does the fire rod work there?
Yes, yes it does. Oh yeah, I guess he does have a fairy in a bottle. I suppose that... well. You know what? It's more intense if I know that they don't have that.
It is a lot more exciting when you don't know there's a fairy, you just know they're at half a heart.
Alright, Mono, where do you go now? I don't know if he's been to the Dark World shopping mall area quite yet, but he does know he can do Swamp.
Yeah, he might go in there as well. You know, 6 chests is a lot. It's a lot of opportunities to find something, especially a sword upgrade.
He changed his mind. I think he's headed over that way. Oh, he might be going to King's Tomb first.
He is actually going to do King's Tomb, which both Fred and you and I seem to forget about.
Opening it the fancy way, I like that. There's nothing in here. That shop probably doesn't get very many customers.
No, probably about as many as that bomb chew salesman trying to hover above a pit of quicksand.
Yeah, that audio glitch was actually pretty funny. I like that. Just don't do it too often.
He's pointing out in chat that, you know, if Freddy comes upon the tempered sword in here, he's going to be really, really excited, I expect, because you always want more sword upgrades. But that's about the worst thing he can see, because that's a sword upgrade from Mono.
Oh, yeah?
So it's a weird situation where he'd be really happy, but everyone watching would go, oh, that's a huge advantage to his opponent. Can you get stuck drowning a key in this, since you can't go 2 rooms away to reset the sewer? I believe in this mode, if you exit the dungeon and walk back in, that room gets drained, so that you can't have that key locked.
Okay, good. I was actually wondering that myself, but I assumed there was some way, but I wasn't exactly sure what it would be.
I was wondering that a few days ago. Fortunately, LL Cool Dave, the lead dev on Entrance Shuffler, was in here, and he was able to answer that.
Well, the west side of Swamp having the big key, so this might just be delayed disappointment. But you can guess both runners are going to check this anyway, considering how many items they still need.
So Mono's using that mirror to check a number of locations that he's just got access to now. None of them paying off yet.
He's delaying his swamp access, I guess. He has access, but he just hasn't been over there yet. His swamp search, I suppose you'd say.
I mean, he can go into swamp, but if he gets all the way to the Argus fight, that's not a fun thing to do with the fighter sword.
That's a lot of item swapping if he wants to use hammer on it.
Yeah, and I think they've got enough in their inventory that quick swap won't quite pay off for them.
Oh yeah. Well, it looks like he's gonna head down to the Dark World lake, which I don't think paid off. I think Freddeh was down there.
That is
Quake.
The Quake medallion. So, I guess there is one potential progression item in here. I guess it'll definitely unlock the Hyrule Castle area. That just may not be useful.
Maybe Mono will find a sword there if he keeps at it.
Well, and this might actually take Freddeh back up to Death Mountain, which is, I think, where he really needs to be.
Oh yeah, if he heads back up there to cash in his Quake, then he will definitely be getting his cane. I would assume so.
Yeah, and Myra's, I believe, in its vanilla location, just based on process of elimination, so won't help with that yet, but it will get him into Turtle Rock. It'll give him 5 chests on the right side of Ganon's Tower. So, there's still a lot to be had there. So it looks like Mono is making pretty good use of what's down in the shopping mall there. He's filled up all his bottles.
That's good. You won't have any worry about that. Putting all those hundreds of rupees to use. But now Freddeh is way ahead on rupee count.
He is. It's too bad that doesn't do anything for him.
He can't just buy. He can't just like buy a flute.
No, not in this Zelda game. I can think of a couple where he can, but.
Yep, there's Death Mountain for Freddeh. Looks like will be. Is he gonna head right up? Oh, he's headed right up to Castle.
Go the other way, please.
With the old man cave this close, it would feel a little silly to walk all the way over there for the tablet. So I guess I can understand this, but it's just not what he needs to do. Well, he may actually still need to do this if the flute's in here, or the ice rod.
You could buy a flute if Zora has flute. Yes, I suppose that's technically true.
Yeah, go up here. Don't go down yet. Down is bad. Down is a last resort. You do not want to be fighting Aghanim. Wonder what's in Mimic Cave. Mimic Cave, as far as I understand, or is that not right? I want to say, I thought it was supposed to be Aghanim's Tower, but is that not right?
I haven't seen it actually be executed, and I've read a couple of conflicting things, so I don't want to answer for fear of 10 people in chat immediately correcting me. They'd be right to do so, but...
Yeah.
There's an interesting red herring that happens here if Freddeh finds the magic powder. Because that gives him a strong incentive to beat Ganon, which we have no idea of the value of, so he can get into the Lumberjack's cave.
Okay, it looks like AA is saying in chat that you know that road that attaches the left and right sides of Turtle Rock from the outside? I believe the right one will be Aghanim's Tower, and then the Mimic Cave location will be just a normal cave.
Yeah, it looks like Aga Tower was in the Mimic Cave in the past. Probably because if you beat Aghanim and you're already in the Dark World, things would get funky.
I see. So he'll be... What is he? Is this going to be Sasharala? Have we even seen that
that
yet?
is
It is!
Sasharala. And Ice Palace. I think Ice Palace is at Ganon's Tower, though. So they probably won't need him.
And there's nothing here. Nothing in his back cave, I suppose. His closet. I can't imagine he'll do Aghanim right now.
Well, you know, in the original Link to the Past, Sahasrara is out in the east because he's in hiding. And I think he's just taken that to its logical extension here.
Pretty good hiding spot.
Yeah, you're not going to find him there unless you're specifically checking every door in all of Hyrule.
No, I don't think Sasharala will be required at all. Because, no, there's not going to be anything.
Yeah, the green pendant's right in here, but they're not getting in there all game.
Yeah, and they have all the medallions already. Oh, Freddie's going to be picking up his Cane of Samaria.
There we go. So we might see him go back to the Ganon's Tower right now. No, I would not call that GG. Mono's still aware of where that is, and it's a quick pickup.
He'll also be grabbing his 4th crystal here in a short amount of time. He'll still be 1 crystal up over Freddie, but it's only Skull Woods, which isn't very long, so it does bring them that much closer together. It's just, where is the sword gonna be that Mono's gonna find? Yeah, he's going back to Ganon's Tower. So this should be the last 5 chests on the right side. Is the bow going to be hiding over here? Or perhaps the flute?
I think if it's one of those two, that gives Freddeh a massive lead at this point.
Well, he skipped the tower room, but he's going to have to check that anyway, because I don't think he's going to find both of them over here.
No.
When you have half magic, I guess that doesn't matter. Okay, now he's running a little low.
You still need a bit if you want to use the cane, yeah.
There's the other cane. Oh, come on! There's nothing!
Nothing.
He's got the tile room left. That's it. Wait. Oh, wait, did he go fight Ice Armos? Oh, yeah, of course he did.
Yeah, I think they both did.
He went to go grab that key, but I don't think he's going to need it for anything. Oh, I guess he'll need it to go upstairs, right? Oh, he didn't go to the tile room.
He did not do the tile room. So that could come back to hurt him.
Ooh.
Neither has done Hookshot Cave. And chat's also pointing out neither of them has done the laser skip room, or the laser room in Turtle Rock.
Oh yeah, they've had access to that for quite a while.
So there's still a number of spots that could have an item. And I think if Mono comes upon the bow in any of those spots, he'll still be in a great spot, because that'll send him straight back to Eastern, where he'll get the sword upgrade he needs.
Well, I thought Freddeh was going up the Hookshot Cave, but where's he headed? He's on a rock.
This is an important building, though I didn't write it down. Ah, sick kid.
Oh, yeah, I was not going to be anything here. I think Mono already checked this guy. Mono, however, looks like he is going up the Hookshot Cave.
Mono did not fully explore Eastern. Mono opened the first chest in Eastern, got the boots, and said, that's probably the best thing I'll get. In particular, he wanted to take those boots and go get the hookshot off of the Ganon's Tower Torch. So it was a good play, but he missed the sword. The Master Sword, that is.
Which is holding the King of Samaria hostage. So luckily Mono will get his bug net, but what else will he get?
Bloomerang, piece of heart, 20 rupees.
Oh no.
It was a very strong play to go there, in theory.
He's going up to Hyrule Castle.
Oh no.
I mean, this won't net him anything. Yeah, there's nothing up here.
No, the Hookshot Cave just netted him, the net, but...
Oh, here's Balmo's tablet. The
Ice Rod.
So both tablets being required.
That's a huge lead for Freddeh. This is going to be hard for Mono to overcome now.
Yeah, he can just waltz right into Turtle Rock and take it all out.
And, I mean, we don't know for sure, but presumably along the way he'll come across the flute or the bow.
Looks like he might be doing just that right now. He's gonna go fully clear Turtle Rock here.
I think he's going to start from the laser room.
I think that's a pretty good idea, because you've got 4 chests right there at the end. Oh, not high enough.
It's very hard to line this up without some specific landmarks. It looks like Freddeh might be good just going for the front door, actually.
Oh, that's kind of weird. Why walk all the way up here if you're just going to go in the front door?
Yeah, that's an interesting choice.
Oh no, Freddeh was too busy doing item swapping and walked right off.
I do that more times than I'd care to admit.
I've never used quick swap, but I'm sure I would do that.
Yeah. Yes, Freddeh is doing a full clear of Turtle Rock, and that is the right play to do. It's just a bit odd that he did the full tour in the Dark World, rather than cutting straight into Hyrule Castle in the Light World.
Also, he may actually get key locked by starting up here, since all of the laser bridge is accessible.
That's right. We've seen a couple of races so far where you had to take the mirror and go into the laser room to get the small keys you needed, which is really nasty if you don't have the mirror, because it turns the seed from mirrorless into, oh god, where is that mirror?
I think this is a really interesting way of making mirror required.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a few ways that can happen.
Mono not happy with Zelda's chest.
And yeah, Freddeh is going to be keylocked here.
He did find the big key, though, so it was necessary for him to come here. So
And
he can...
Looks like
check.
Mono's going up Ganon's tower, or Ganon's tower.
Oh, gosh. So this will unlock the magic bat for him. However, he does not have the powder.
Yeah, and I can see the value in doing this gamble if you're holding the powder. This is going to be a tricky play for him because he's not going to get any actual items out of this dungeon.
In the previous race, one of the racers almost went up Ganon's tower to do the same thing, to unlock the to something at the lumberjack tree. However, they didn't have the boots, so they figured it wasn't worth their time and stopped. I don't know how far Mono's going to get before he realizes that this might not pay off at all.
So I'm trying to think what his outlook is here, and if he thinks, okay, I might have to go there at some point, it doesn't matter if he has the powder now. What matters is he's doing it while he's up in this area.
Sure, because coming back here later is going to be a giant pain in the butt.
Yeah. So if you think that room is going to be required ever, you should do it right now while you're up here. But and that may pay off. We've yet to see a couple of items still.
Yeah, I guess if Flute ends up being at the magic bat, this is amazing. Freddeh trying to figure out what item he wants to use. Opts for the bottle. Alright, he gets on with the bottle.
But there's the bow for Freddeh.
Ooh, baby. Alright, so the flute is the only item missing now, but with the bow, that opens up the rest of Pod, and I don't remember if Eastern has another item in it left or not.
As well as a couple of chests at the top of Ganon's tower.
Oh yes, they'll have to be doing that anyway, of course.
4 in total, I think, so...
So I suppose after Aghanim here, Mono will likely use his mirror and check out the laser bridge. But I guess he'll find the bow. That'll send him back to EP.
That'll send him to EP. That'll get him the sword he needs to go to both required tablets. So if he does go straight here, and it looks like he is, he will gain a lot of ground right now.
Maybe this was the play he needed after all.
Yeah, it is a very handy warp to get down from that tower and go straight to the room that has the bow in it.
There it is.
Freddeh doing Trinex the hard way with only the Master Sword, but with some careful cape strats, he makes it through, still alive.
Oh yeah, Mono is going to be heading right over to Palace of Darkness, which is where Eastern Palace is located. Oh, but I think... Nope, I don't know.
Might be deciding which route is faster.
Yeah. Or maybe
he's going to Pod first. Palace of Darkness. Since with the bow he can complete this as well.
Oh, yeah, okay. That makes sense. I mean, it's not what he's looking for, but it makes sense. Maybe he'll find a sword here too.
Yeah, and this is the kind of thing. It's not a sword, but everything he does here is going to advance him through the seed.
This would also be the best time to go check the Bombos tablet, but I can guarantee you he's probably not going to do that. So I don't know how long it'll take him to get back down here.
And Freddie's going through the bumper cave, doing it backwards. I think I've heard that there's a blue mail up here.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, so at this point in the seed, that's a reasonable thing to go picking up.
I can't imagine Mono would do that, just because, didn't he buy like 3 blue potions?
Yeah, he actually cashed in a lot of his rupees. That's why you see him 400 rupees behind.
Freddie...
I'm not quite sure what he's up to here. I think he might have been wondering if he had still something left to get there, but...
Hera is still Hera. I know this is randomized, but it hasn't changed mid-match.
So I think with the bow in hand, Freddie's going to go back to the Eastern Palace now. Actually, we might see him do the Eastern Palace and Skullwoods here.
Oh yeah, he hasn't even done Skullwoods yet. Oh, he'll definitely do that. Well, luckily, the later half of Skullwoods is very, very fast to do.
Yeah, so that'll bring him up pretty quickly to having 5 crystals. Or, I'm sorry, 6 crystals. But until they get that flute, they're not getting into the mire area.
Yeah, by progressive item, they means you're not, like, finding the Master Sword. You're finding sword plus 1. So, in a previous match, I saw the Power Gloves in 2 different locations. Well, as soon as I got one of them, the other ones turned into the Titan's Mitts, as soon as I, viewed them again. So that's what they... Oh, he does find a sword! Mono finds a sword in Pod Dark Maze. He would have found the sword when he went to EP anyway, but he also finds the blue mail.
Those are 2 handy things for him.
He's ignoring the Bombos tablet, as I would too. I mean, that's not the target right now. But it looks like he's going to go to EP first before heading back up to grab his cane. And then I imagine he'll do the rest of Lower Ganon's Tower. And then, I guess, all of Upper Ganon's Tower as well.
Yeah, once he gets that cane, he'll be in a position to clear it all. And one room we haven't seen yet is the result of that tile room. Because Freddeh skipped it.
That's right. Could it be the flute? Oh, man.
Yeah, there's a couple of locations that Freddeh's just left out in the open, and they might be taunting him. They're certainly taunting me, watching this race and not knowing what's in there. And yeah, this is going to be a third sword upgrade from Mono. Now they don't have a lot of the game left, but it'll give him a couple of speed boosts.
Yeah, Tempered Sword and Silver Arrows. I mean, that's all you need, really. And then I can't imagine Freddeh would miss that sword upgrade as well.
If it's in Pod, he may not go back in there.
Oh, Pod's a pendant. That's right.
That's right. And he cleared about half of it, as much as he could without the bow, so it may be lower on his list of priorities.
So we might be seeing another Master Sword Ganon, depending on the location of the last sword.
And that could slow him down quite a bit in the ending.
Yep, as you said, he'll take a quick run through Skullwoods here. Good thing he remembered that last key.
Yeah, if you get to that door and you don't have a key in this version of Entrance Shuffle, you can be stuck a long time.
Mono picks up his Tempered.
Yes, I think both runners would be comfortable beating the game with Master Sword and Silvers. But I think the more important thing is fighting Ganon with the Master Sword is considerably slower. And if this race stays as close as it is, that could slow down Freddeh a critical amount. It's not a huge margin, but when we're looking at how things might play out, it's a factor.
Not too bad on Mafia there.
No, very quick.
And yes, they will be very glad to have Silver Arrows, even more so than they would be to have Tempered Sword, I imagine.
So if Freddeh has done his math or his logic right, he knows that last crystal is at Mire. He knows that the flute is the only thing he needs, and it's just a question of checking the rest of the game until he finds it.
Yep, and he's headed towards Ganon's tower. He needs to do it, so he might as well, considering you get 4 more chests there as well. This will also... Well, I would say it gives him the items from the drop cave at Pyramid, but I'm pretty sure Ganon is vanilla.
It's looking like it at this point. Yeah, if he goes down to tile room at this point, he won't miss out. But he may have forgotten about it. It's looking that way.
Did Mono skip the Tempered Sword? No, Mono has the Tempered Sword. And he's going to go cash in for the Canis Maria, having a bit more sword than he thought he would before coming up here.
Yeah, that's quite the power upgrade.
And I can only assume he's going to hightail it over to Ganon's tower right now.
Could tile room just have a small key? I don't think so. I believe there are 2 doors up top that require small keys, and there will be 1 more small key drop from a Helmasaur. But that 3rd small key just opens another door in the basement. So I don't think there's a small key left for that. Now, even if it's not an item in that room, that doesn't mean it's a good item. It could be an arrow upgrade or something equally useless.
Always 20 rupees. I like how the skeleton bones do so little damage, they don't even get rid of the sword beams.
Yeah.
A shot.
No, it can't be a single arrow. We already saw the single arrow.
Mono will be doing the tile room. We will find out. He knows there's 2 items he need, so skipping this would be a very, very big gamble that about half of our runners took.
Powder in tile room. Yes, that's kind of what I'm hoping to see too.
Oh my gosh.
I'd be very curious to see how that goes.
Here we go.
Oh, just a bottle.
Oh no.
Ah.
I mean, that still doesn't rule out flute at the bat, but oh well. One needs to be a bit careful. You don't want to die before getting into these chests. Oh, he's got plenty of magic though.
And he's got plenty of potions.
Oh yeah, he did buy a bunch of those.
In fact, I think Mono's now up to having all 4 bottles.
Grabbing his just-in-case key, and he's going to head up towards the top against town.
There's the flute.
Oh, well.
For Freddeh, up in the Helmasaur room. So, 2 hours in, Freddeh has hit go mode.
I suppose now, that does put Freddeh in the lead by only the ice rod. Oh wait, no, he actually has Turtle Rock done as well. That's
yeah.
Right. I mean, I suppose with the backdoor entrance, Turtle Rock isn't that long, but Mono's gonna have to have some serious execution if he wants to catch up.
Yeah.
Then again, he also has the Tempered Sword.
Yeah, we'll see how much time that takes off of things. Ganon fights, or a Ganon fight. I'm sorry, starting for Freddeh. Was that 2 hits?
I think it was 2. Ooh, this should be a nice 2 as well.
Strong start.
Very nice.
That's a quite nice fight.
Was the Mimic Cave normal location yet? Yes, Sashrala was at the Mimic Cave location, but he did not have anything of use. Freddeh wants to jump down there, but there's nothing he can do if he does.
There's a strong reflex immediately after beating Ganon's tower to just jump in that pit.
I totally did that during my match. I knew it was going to be Ganon, but I really wanted to jump down to see him anyway.
Okay, so I want to point out something that I think skipped us by after Freddeh's Ega 2 fight, which is that he called a bird to help him. And that's just that's more than a little bit wrong. That's very wrong right now.
I like how he was trying to quick menu to his flute, but he couldn't because the shovel was still over it.
Yeah. So he's going to move straight to Meyer now, and he'll be doing it in go mode.
I can't imagine he'll check any of the other rooms here. There's really nothing he would want except the Tempered Sword, maybe, but I don't think he'll be checking around for that.
He's going to check in a couple of spots. Mono now has the flute, which just puts him one item away from go.
Alright, seems like he was just checking that one. Why is Freddeh checking things? Yeah, I'm not exactly sure. The only thing he could want is a sword upgrade. Which would be very good, don't get me wrong, but I don't know if it's really worth going out of your way for.
A red mail would also pay off, but...
Yeah, but we know he won't be finding it.
No. No, I think the other mail is in pod. That's right, we've seen Vanilla Meyer, we've seen Vanilla Hera so far in this seed.
Vanilla Peg Cave, oh my gosh.
Vanilla front half of Skull Woods.
Yeah, I can't believe
Actually, no, that's a lie because those drops were still randomized.
Link's house. Probably a shop.
The back of the bar, that was again in its vanilla location.
Yeah, is this even randomized? Oh. Mono getting 2 hits on Aghanim there, despite getting hit by a blue ball.
For those listening and wondering what we're talking about, in the interest of full disclosure, there are a few locations that are just never randomized, like Link's house in the back of the bar. So we'd be more worried if those were their non-vanilla locations.
Oh yeah, Vanilla Ganon. I can't believe it.
See, Mono's doing the same thing with the bird again. It's really disturbing me.
Looks like he's going backdoor TR. No, he's not. He's saving... What am I talking about? He's gonna go get his bird. He already did all that. That's where he got his bow. Where's Freddeh going? Is he going to the fish room? He's going this way.
Oh, he's going for the warp to take him straight to the big key gate.
Oh.
He's got the big key.
I'm sure there was a faster way of doing that, but I guess he knew where he was going.
Yeah.
Where is Ganon? Ganon is in his vanilla location on top of the pyramid.
And something is up with Mono's duck sprite.
Oh my god! What happened to the duck?
If anyone in chat knows how he did that, I'm not opposed to an explanation. What the duck, indeed.
Oh, to answer the question in chat, they didn't fight Ganon because Ganon's 4th phase is actually invincible unless you have all 7 crystals and have beaten Aghanim too. So while he could have jumped down and started the fight, he couldn't have actually beaten him.
And if you go into the Ganon fight early by accident, Ganon will explicitly say, I'm invincible, you can't beat me right now. Which has been a reminder to players a couple of times.
And his normal hint about where the silver arrows were, he will not give that.
That's right, again, he'll just say, no, listen to me, you can't fight me here. So Mono finds the bomb shop, and I think he's going to be doing a full clear of Meyer which will slow him down a bit.
I mean, it is the logical play, I guess, but man, that tablet's just so close.
I mean, I know they're not connected, but the tablet is right there.
It's right over there, man. Just jump up. Use the bomb shot bomb and blow it down.
Where's Freddeh going? He is going to fight Ganon right now. He has, I think, all the gear he's going to obtain without going way out of his way.
Yeah, this will be it. As long as he knows his Master Sword Ganon, he should be fine. Though he does have silver arrows and half magic, so those factors of the battle won't be anything to worry about at all.
Right, I'm not sure what his bottle contents look like, but it looks like he's getting out the cape, so he'll be able to avoid a lot of damage for that first half.
Good text box.
Much shorter than some of the other ones.
Yeah, I'll say.
So for those that have never played Ganon with only the Master Sword, only spin slashes will work on him.
Oh.
So that makes this fight a lot longer and a lot more prone to damage.
What's Freddeh got in his bottles? Maybe a fairy, but other than that, I don't think he's got much.
Fantastic Tracker Tear says he has a fairy. Thank you, Tear, for doing such great tracking work throughout this match.
Yeah. Oh, uncapes right on top of a bat. Oh yeah, he may actually have a second fairy. He's gonna hope he has a second fairy. He's also gonna run out of magic here if he's not careful.
He does have a second fairy, it looks like.
Oh yeah, I did see that. Nice. Oh! Oh no, dude, watch out. So these fire bats each do 3 hearts of damage. Oh no.
Uh-oh. So, the other concern is if he doesn't have a potion, he may not have enough magic to complete this. Now, if he gets off the torch glitch with the lamps, he'll be fine.
Yeah. Someone asked why he's not using the blue cane. I believe you can't actually charge your sword while you're using the blue cane. Is that right?
That sounds reasonable.
Okay, so yeah, if he did that, he would not be able to damage Ganon.
I think the silver arrows were at the well in the town. Oh no! He's missed the torch glitch.
Oh no. Not only did he miss it, he used a lot more than he meant to as well.
Yeah. So he may not be able to win. Yeah, he's going to exit out of this.
Eesh. I know he's got a free fairy down at the bottom of the pyramid. There's a fairy he can bonk into and grab with the net if he wants.
Now, as we noted about an hour ago, he is ahead in the rupee game. So if he remembers where any potion shop is, or since it's entrance shuffle, if he walks into 3 entrances, he'll probably find a potion shop.
I mean, they'll have red potions, but they're not going to have greens or blues.
This is true. The Witch's Potion Shop is Lake Hylia southeast in the Dark World. I think he's headed there now.
Oh wow,
to stock
yeah,
up.
that's quite the trek. But I think he'll still have time, as Mono still needs to do Turtle Rock and find the Ice Rod, I suppose.
Yeah. Now, if he finds that Ice Rod very quickly, this will stay close. But if he starts checking too many other places, I think Freddie's still got a large lead. It's also worth noting Freddeh only has 3 of the bottles because that tile room was a 4th bottle.
Oh no. I think 3 will be enough.
It very probably will.
Mono grabbing his 6th crystal. His last one is Turtle Rock, but he needs to find the Ice Rod first, which is located at the Bombos tablet.
And Freddie's not going to mess around. He's just going to buy 3 blue potions, fill up everything else, and he'll go into Ganon with full strength.
Now he's losing the rupee game, though. Yeah, I did like how he bought the green potion just to drink it. Oh, that crab wanted a piece of him, but nope. Well, Mono is taking the correct warp to get to the Bombos tablet. Is he gonna go there first thing?
It looks like he might.
Oh my gosh.
So he is still definitely behind because he still has to run in and beat Trinex. And I believe also find the big key in Turtle Rock.
Oh yeah, he will have to, which is located in the front, so if he starts there, it won't take him too long, but, I mean, it's still, you know, more than he wants to do.
Yeah, it's more than he wants to deal with when Freddeh's literally entering Ganon for the 2nd time.
As a plus, I suppose, as soon as he beats Trinex, he will also be right in front of Ganon.
That's right.
Oh, as long as he takes his warp with him, but it looks like that's not what he's going to do. So he'll have to take the long way around after this.
He does have this warp here.
I forgot!
A small payoff from having completed a Ganon's Tower.
It looks like he will be going through the front door, so he will find the big key and quickly find out that he can't go much further than that.
He will be able to continue because he's already been to that laser room.
Oh, that's right.
And that's why he's got a couple of keys.
Yeah, so as long as he finds the big key... Oh, but it's the other way. It's not this side. Anyway, Freddeh, yeah. Master Sword Ganon.
Oh, yes, that's happening.
Yeah, I guess he's about to win the game. He's taking a lot of damage, and he's using up a lot of magic, but he has 3 blue potions, so he's probably not scared.
Yeah, I think the only real way this can go poorly is if a couple of quick hits get in before he can drink a potion.
A fall would be particularly bad as well.
This is true.
And there's your big key. Oh no, don't go that way, just mirror out.
There it is. Ganon warping around a lot more than Freddeh would like to see.
Alright, but he makes it to the last phase.
Yeah, he should be able to complete this now.
There's his torch glitch.
For those who don't know, if you can relight the left torch before the right torch goes out, then the right torch will stay on forever. and it's just that left torch you have to worry about.
There's 2. One more is all he needs.
And that will do it.
Very nice recovery by Freddie. Finishes with a time of 2 hours, 21 minutes, and 51 seconds. Well, that was a pretty good audio transition.
That was nicely done. Well done, Fiesel. Yeah, so Mono's going to go straight into Ganon here. He's got the Tempered Sword, so he's not going to have to mess around with doing spin slashes anywhere.
Looks like Freddy's in the voice channel if you want to drag him down.
Yeah, I will bring Freddie in here for a quick chat. Congratulations.
Sure, we'll call it that. Yeah, thank you. I
don't know if you looked in. It's a very close race.
Oh, is he actually like right on my heels at the end there?
He just finished Trinex, which was his last crystal.
Okay. Oh, that was his last crystal? Did he? Yeah. Oh, he must have gone in and gotten the bow pretty early then.
What is portals up?
That's right. He went in and grabbed that bow. Actually, only about a minute after you did. But,
wow, really?
But you were in very divergent paths at that point in the race.
Oh, I'm sure we were very divergent paths that whole race. Like, there's a lot of different things you could have done with that seed.
Yeah.
Other than going to the last place for everything like I did. Okay.
I guess it won't be too long before we can get him in here, but there was a bit of a mishap that kind of decided the race, I think.
So there were a lot of items strewn very far around the map here. Which
yeah,
one
you're
bugged
telling
you
me. Let's see. Moon Pearl, boots, let's see, flippers. Yeah, all those were instant. Well, boots weren't in that bad of a place. I just went there way too late for some reason.
So all of them bugged you the most?
Really, yes. It was another fluteless seed. I'm really happy I remembered Ether before it was... because that was probably the last time I could have gotten Cane of Samaria without just completely forgetting about it and it not being, like, required at that point for Turtle Rock.
That was a concern for us.
The way the tracker is set up, like, if you don't have Mirror, it doesn't show it as available, so I'm like, oh, I don't have Book, it must not be available.
Oh, gosh.
So, then I got up there and like, oh, it's green now. What did I... Oh, right. Mirror... Oh, could have gotten that a long time ago. Please don't be something good. Then it was Kane. I'm like, well, it could have been worse.
Yeah, and we actually we saw Mono do a check on there earlier. He only had the fighter's sword, but he saw that Samaria was on there. So there was a long time in this race. Everyone watching could tell where the cane was, and no one had the ability to pull it.
Yeah, I got Master Sword really early. Like, I forget where it even was, but
you got Master Sword in Eastern Palace right after the boots.
Ah, right.
And Mono finishes in second place with 2 hours, 25 minutes flat.
So, very close race.
That ended up being, yeah. Yeah, I completely spaced a lot of things on Death Mountain those last couple trips. I'm sure you guys were yelling at me when I just kind of ran past Hera and didn't go in.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I figured. I was looking at it, I'm like, oh, that's right, I could have just gone in Hera while I was there. I was too focused on trying to find the witch, because I was basically, like, intent on figuring out what the heck witch was holding.
Well, that didn't help, but it was good that you remembered the witch location at the end there.
Yes, I'm really glad I remembered that, because I did not write it down.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you hightailed it out of there, or towards the witch, like, right away.
I fortunately remembered because shopping mall, that was probably the only reason I remembered. Because, one, I remember being annoying. The sword upgrade was on the frickin' pedestal, of course.
Interesting, that's where the last upgrade was.
Yep,
The poke
Yes, it
upgrade
was.
sleeps again.
that's funny. Was Bo actually hidden behind ice armor? No, nothing that was behind ice armor. I was really happy at that health refill before ice armor. Where was the tempered sword at?
The Palace of Darkness, Dark Maze.
Ah, it was in pod. Okay, that's kind of where I was guessing. That was kind of the place. I'm like, okay, I know pod's there. I'm gonna finish Ganon's tower, and if I don't get the fleet by then I'll go to pod.
I think that's where it was. I know there was a mail upgrade there as well.
Yeah.
Mail upgrade there too.
Yeah, there was a sword in that dark maze or close by, and then the mail upgrade in the big
Gotcha.
chest. So, Mono was actually up a sword on you at the end, which was part of what made it so close.
I was gonna say I would have finished a long time ago if it wasn't for that. I should have finished the first time on Ganon, but that was a bad fight.
There's Mono in general chat if you want to drag him.
Yeah.
I can do that. Mono, welcome to the post-race discussion.
Hey guys, good game.
Hey Mono, how are you doing? How you feel about this seed?
I did 100% this seed.
I pretty much did as well, outside of pod.
No. I did 100%, including Aga.
Oh, you did Aga 1 too? I never
Oh,
found.
yeah. I didn't find the powder, but I just do it just in case.
Oh, see, I wasn't gonna do it until I found the powder. Once I found the powder, I'd be like, do I want to do this play? Probably.
No, I did it before, so I was like, all right, once I find the powder, I'll go do it.
Oh, I was convinced I was way behind. I found Moon Pearl, like pretty much. I went to shopping mall last on my initial
no.
Light World.
The messed up I got was I died in front of pod, which was Eastern Palace, which leads me
Oh.
to Boots.
You both did, actually.
Yeah, we both did.
You both died
Oh,
on
no.
the way to EP,
No.
and both decided to save it for later.
I did. Did we really? Oh wow! I can't believe you also. That's
No, because
unfortunate.
I would have known, like, I saw the hook shots before, so I need boots. So I was like, I died in front of EP.
Yeah, I never fake
fake.
flippered to Ganon's tower because one, I didn't know it was Ganon's tower. Two, I didn't want to. I just knew I needed the flippers because Mirror was on the ledge. So
Yeah. Mono, you had a lot of information, but not really a way to use it. Like, you saw the hook shot on the torch, you knew where Samaria was, but you couldn't get it. And then when you finally found the boots, you left before you found the Master's Sword.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't. Oh, that's where EP was. That's right.
So once
That's
I
what
found
it
the
was.
boot, I was like 2 more chests versus like in Ganon Tower was like how many more? 12.
A bunch of things. Yeah.
Yeah,
See, I didn't know
a bunch.
Ganon's tower, so I finished clearing it real quick, and then I went. Well, I didn't have flippers at that point. Like I got boots before flippers. Like the purple chest was like the very last thing I did. Like, no joke. It was pretty
I
much
did
not
the-
much else I could have done.
I did the blacksmith pretty early, but then I left the purple chest until
Same.
like, I finished up all the stuff.
Well, I was waiting to find like a bottle or something, and it just never showed up.
Me too.
I'm like, where's the bottles? Sick Kid has to have something now. Go to Sick Kid. Oh, that was disappointing.
I know, Tony Roops, right?
All the fetch quests were disappointing this round.
Yeah.
I know. Except for the purple chest.
Except for Purple Chest, which is kind of a fetch
Which
quest.
is the last one. Which is the last one we do.
Oh, those flippers. Like, yeah, I got boots before I did Purple Chest, so I did all the Bonk Rocks first, and then finally I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go do Purple Chest real quick, 'cause at this point there wasn't really much else to get.
Yeah, you would have known the mirror was up there for quite a long time.
Oh yeah, I went to Zora right away. I'm like, the mirror's there. Where's the flippers?
Oh, I
There's-
didn't.
there's
I
Swamp.
wait until I got the flippers, then I go to Zora.
Yeah, that was a seed.
That was not bad.
It was a very interesting seed. I think you could have routed that a lot of different ways.
Yeah, you don't need to dip into DP nor pod.
Yeah, I went. The other reason I thought I was behind is because not only did I clear all of Light World before the caves, I went to Desert and then got the book at Lake Hylia. Then went back to Desert, which was nothing.
I know. I did deserts too, but I did that pretty late. After I died at pod, then I went to deserts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just ignored Pod the first time because I'm like, there wasn't really at that point there wasn't any dungeons really that I needed to go in except for EP, which I forgot about, and Hera I think I hadn't done, which I had forgotten about. I don't know.
Yeah.
Once you guys both hit the hype cave, the one that had both the hammer and the fire rod in there, everything opened up.
Oh yeah, that was ridiculous.
Yeah, that you had kind of taken the same track until that point with a couple of swaps, but it was really once you hit that hype cave, you just split and you barely passed each other for the rest of the race.
Where did I even go after that? I forgot. I think I died on the way up to Darkwood or to Bumper Cave and Darkwood Hype Cave.
I think you guys high-fived in Blind's house, wherever the heck that was, and that was like the only time you were anywhere near each other.
Yeah.
Don't even remember that.
No, I don't either.
I don't remember having anything either.
So did you find the tempered swords?
No, I never went into Pod again. I went into Pod initially and then got bow blocked and never went back.
Oh yeah, I went into pod.
I was going
Twice.
to after finishing Ganon's Tower.
I went there twice
Yeah.
and found the master swords there, and then got my
We got
cane.
Master
Yeah, after
yeah.
you skipped the sword in EP, we were wondering when you would run into a different sword. And I think you found one pod, and then we were hoping you would find the bow, because that would send you back to EP to find it, and you did end up finding the bow a lot earlier, like in your routing, I suppose, than Fred did.
Oh yeah, I got the bow fairly quick after I got the boots and then the master swords.
Yeah. Where was the bow?
It's the laser bridge.
Oh, right, laser. That's right. I never ended up routing her back around with the mirror once I got the mirror, because I got the flippers so late. Like, I was in check every dungeon ever mode at that point. Like, I opened up GT, and then I went to Swamp, I think, which had, I think, absolutely nothing. But,
yeah.
Oh well. So, at that point, I think I had 2 dungeons done. Maybe Hera at that point, too. So...
Yeah. Hera opened up pretty early after you got the hammer.
Yeah.
And it was pretty quick too.
Yeah, I think Fire Road was in Village of Outcasts, so I just went straight back up and did... Or not Hera. Hera was vanilla, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hero was
Yeah.
vanilla.
I did Thieves Town right away. That's what
Thieves
I did.
Town was in Skullwoods.
Also had, I think, but a lot of hearts. That was nice.
Yeah, I like how one of you guys tackled Death Mountain with 3 hearts, and then came out with the mitts and 6 hearts.
It worked out well, okay? I just was like, I was looking at it like, I got the gloves and the lamp. I'm like, well, it's
Yeah.
telling me to go to Death Mountain, and
Yeah, I
I'm already
think we
routing
both
that
did
direction anyway.
I think we both did the same thing.
Probably. I went, sank to the ferry drop, and then just did a full loop from Link's house all the way through Kakariko and Woods to Death Mountain.
Good game though.
Yeah, it
It's
was
pretty nice.
I was convinced I was way behind for most of that seed, so... Yeah.
I was trying to gamble with the powder if I find one. So I did Aga once I go up in the Death Mountain.
I forgot that you can't actually reverse into Hyrule Castle from the sewers, so I tried to do that, and that wasted a little bit of time. Not a lot, but it was a little embarrassing.
Well, it was informative because I was wondering if it would work. So
Fair enough. Glad I could help you guys out.
Did it work?
No, it didn't.
Yeah, you can't push
It's,
the
locked.
yeah. You can't go back after you push the bookcase.
Yep. I was just thinking key-wise. I'm like, oh, well, there's all these keys, so I can just get
I was
through the keys
wondering, is that a throne or is it a bookcase?
now. It's a throne, I think, technically, or a coat of arms, maybe. I think a coat of arms, actually.
Yeah,
Probably more like it.
that's probably what it looks like.
Also, another turtle rock that you can't get past the front half without mirror. I was like sitting there, like I finished turtle rock. I'm like, there's one item left, and it's in the chain shop room, but you can only get there backtracking.
Once I
Well, I
was
guess I could.
Once I was in Turtle Rock, I realized I could backtrack, like backdoor the to the boss right away. I was like,
Yeah.
"Oops."
I love
opened
Hyrule
3
Castle
chests.
Turtle Rock.
I know. I opened 3 chests and I I remember that and I scrammed out. A bit too late.
Yeah, I was about to do Gamble Turtle Rock for the ice rod. Then I was like, Bombos was the last thing I was checking before doing it. And I'm like, oh, well, definitely going to Turtle Rock now.
Yeah, I ended up checking the Bumbos after I did Myers.
After you did Meyer? Oh, that's right, because Turtle Rock was your last one. Yeah, I didn't do. Or I was. I think I was still trying to. Yeah, I was still trying to find Bow. I figured Turtle Rock had to have one of the two, Bow or Ice Rod. Or both. Both.
Anyway, thanks for the commentary, guys.
Yeah,
Well-
I'm looking forward to watching this one back for
And,
sure.
and thanks for the
Thank you to
restream,
both
too.
of you for racing, because this tournament doesn't happen without people actually competing in it.
Indeed. I'm actually was looking, kind of like wanting to get into Entrance Randomizer before this tournament.
Oh, I had a lot of fun doing this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I started with standards or open mode, but then this is like not my first few games, but I just entered the tournament just to play this, and then I learned it like a couple of weeks ago. It's not bad. I mean, like, it's really fun.
Yeah, I haven't
Yeah.
done a ton of seeds myself. Like, basically,
Yeah,
when
you
I signed
gotta-
up for it is when I started learning how to do Entrance Randoms.
Yeah, me too. And it's really fun because you gotta keep track of a lot of stuff. Once you get lost, you totally get lost.
Yeah. Yeah, there's like the first couple times there's like things I didn't know existed, like the specialty shop in Dark World. Like I had no idea that existed, and of course the mirror was there, like the first seed I played.
Yep. Good luck on your next round, Freddie.
Oh, thank you. I'm looking forward to full mode. I think here. That'll be a treat.
Oh, gosh.
Good luck on that.
Yep. Yeah, we had a really rough pod. Like, I feel like you would have been just fine in at least for some other pod. Terror and Ferrime. They're really good. Which I'm looking forward to their match.
Yeah, speaking of Terran Ferrime, they will be competing tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. So anyone who's listening and is curious about when they can see more randomizer can tune in, 11 hours from now on Speed Gaming 2, this same channel.
Nice.
Okay. I guess any other questions for Monoci or I?
I think you guys have been pretty good about just going back and forth.
Yeah, that was an easy interview for us. We just let you guys talk.
I have way too much fun talking about seeds after the seeds are over, no matter how well I do or don't do.
Me too.
It's just fun talking about like, what if we did this, or where did you find this? Like, it's a lot of the fun for me of these.
Yeah, I know. Me too.
Well, yeah, thank you to both. It was a really entertaining race. I'm glad it was as close as it was.
Yeah, thanks to
Yeah.
both runners. Thanks to Speed Gaming and Fiesel for hosting this, and to Tara for diligently clicking on buttons and tracking this whole race as it happened. And thanks, Mikan, for commentating with me.
And thank you, Phileon, for commentating with me.
All
And
right.
thank you for commentating, both of you.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks all around.
Thanks, guys.
Yay.
Have a good evening, everyone.
All right.
Yeah, I don't believe anything's coming up next on Speed Gaming 2, so
It's a little late.
it is.
Good night, everybody. Much hearts.
Yep. Good night, guys.
Good night, all.